Hey guys, welcome to another trip report. Today we are flying on Boutique Air that flies out of Terminal 6 at Los Angeles International Airport. LAX was really busy today, and that was totally cool. Boutique Air is a great small airline that operates a fleet of PC-12s, and I believe they have a couple other different aircraft types. Here at LAX, they operate out of Gate 63, which really isn't a gate, it's just a door that opens up to the tarmac. So if you're an av geek like I am, this is a great experience because you just get to walk out onto the runway, get loaded up into a van as we are here, and then you get to drive across the tarmac all the way over to where they keep their plane at a remote stand. This was an amazing experience for me. I told the driver how excited I was to be driving across the ramp at LAX, just amongst the airplanes, and we drive parallel to the south side runways, and then we got to experience some takeoffs and landings. Atlantic with all their private aviation. And here is our PC-12 that will be taking us to Merced and then on to my final destination of Sacramento. As you can see, that rear hatch is open. And I was actually the last person that got on board because I got shuffled to the back of the bus, which was totally fine with me. But I will say these back two seats are more like jump seats as opposed to the executive seats the rest of the people got to sit in. If you can avoid the last two seats, I would highly recommend it. You get less space and the seats are less comfortable. My butt did fall asleep about halfway through the flight. Taxiing around LAX though on a plane this small, you really do feel like you're in a private jet, and it is a really cool experience. I think I'm saying experience and cool a lot, but it's just fun. Like, it's one of the busiest airports in the world, and you're just kind of cruising around in a little airplane. It's a really fun way to get to travel the ramp and the tarmac at LAX. We really got a great tour of pretty much every terminal on the south side of the airport, And then we kind of ran up and got a mini tour of everything on the north side of the airport. So we're taxiing around the American terminal, we taxied around the Delta terminal, we went through Tom Bradley. Like, it's just an insane experience. And I know I keep kind of harping on this, but it really, really is one of the coolest things that's ever plane rides I've ever taken through LAX. It really is. You can see an El Al, give the shoddy camera work. Forgive the window frame in the shot. The windows were kind of small. We're about to take off. This plane torques so much on takeoff. It's crazy. You can, obviously it's a turboprop, and you can feel the single engine at the front really pulling us in one direction, and the pilots clearly had to stamp on the right rudder pedal to get us going straight down the line, but you can feel the torque. We definitely got bumped around quite a bit on our climb out of LAX. I think it's just due to the size of the aircraft. Once we got a little higher up to our cruising altitude, it smoothed out pretty good. You can see just by the footage and how much my camera is going to bump around and bumpy it is. So the interior of the plane was pretty worn. It felt old. Some of the panels weren't quite working. That seat to my left is probably the worst seat on the airplane because there is no window. That is the big cargo door at the back of the aircraft. Just some beautiful views offered on the flight to Merced, up the Central Valley of California. It's just a gorgeous place to fly. Safety car had definitely seen better days, but, it is what it is. Small airplane, small airline. It's just kind of the way it is. You can see why this service is so necessary to fly into Merced as part of the Essential Air Service to get people in kind of disconnected areas to larger cities for, whether it be healthcare, whatever it might be. they need that assistance. So it's nice to have boutique air there to do that job for them. So on approach into Merced, a really funny little airport. The guy that comes out and talks to you is pretty hilarious. Really, they just kind of stick you if you're continuing on. I was the only passenger that was continuing on. They just kind of stick you into a little room with a couple chairs, and that's where the other passengers join. I think the flight to Merced, we only had 3 passengers. Or from Merced to Sacramento, I guess I should say. And I just want to take a moment to say that I know this has been just a lot of like looking out the window, but that's all there really is to do on boutique air. You know, there's no real food or beverage service. There's no flight attendants. There's no in-flight entertainment. There's no Wi-Fi. You're just kind of there. So this is the experience is what I'm trying to showcase here. I'm not going to give it a rating or anything. It's a fun experience if you're an aviation enthusiast such as myself. It is a private jet field, but you know, the big airlines are going to get you to where you need to go faster, most likely. So unless this is something you really want to do and you want the experience of being out on the tarmac at major airports like this is the place to do it. This is Sacramento International. Boutique Air uses the Southwest terminal. I had a connection back to LA through a different terminal. Overall, it was an amazing flight. I really loved the experience. I loved being out on the tarmac at LAX, and I wouldn't change it for anything. Thank you guys for watching. Don't forget to subscribe, and I'll have a new video out for you in a couple weeks. Have a great rest of your day, and stay healthy. Happy holidays.